Welcome to MyoCon 2025 Conference Orientation and Getting Acquainted. I'll be your host, Rachel Bromley. I'm TMA Senior Manager of Patient Education, Support, and Advocacy, and I have the whole staff here to help you with this orientation. So let's go ahead and dive in. Here on the call, we've got our Executive Director, Paula, my colleague,
Hi.
Linda, and my colleague, Susie. And we are here to answer all things MyoCon. We'd love to know what city and state you are connecting to in this event, so please tell us in the chat. Some reminders, the recording and clickable PDF of slides will be emailed to conference registrants in the next couple of days. The Getting Acquainted breakout rooms will not be recorded. You can submit any questions you have in the Q&A box in your Zoom toolbar. If you put the question in chat, that is totally fine. If you would like to later check out our MyoCon playlist, you'll be able to open the attachment I send you and click on these links. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off. Why are we even having a conference to begin with? Well, of course, because it aligns with our mission to improve the lives of persons affected by myositis, fund innovative research, and increase myositis awareness and advocacy. Our goal is a world without myositis. We would love to know what is the thing you are looking forward to the most at MyoCon. And what is so funny is this guy here, right? Who sits in front of their computer just daydreaming like that? It's like, oh, I can't wait to be in Dallas with my friends.
Actually, I do sit at my computer exactly like that, Rachel. I can't wait to be in Dallas. And, there's a lot to look forward to. So while others weigh in the chat, I will share that I'm really excited to see our Patient Ambassador Award recipient, Tri Boren, and his wife and kids. They're such wonderful humans, and they're riding such a high right now as Tri recently retired from professional beach volleyball. And so I'm really excited to see them in person and to hug them and to hug all of you. And we have our board chair with us at today's orientation, so maybe we could ask Lori to share what she's looking forward to the most as well.
Hey everybody. I'm definitely looking forward to everything MyoCon, but I think I'm gonna go with the new attendee session. I feel just so much energy in that session, and excitement from everyone who's attending for their first time. And it's just a nice opportunity to like connect and help each other out. And then when we see each other throughout the conference, you could just check in on one another, making sure that it's going great. So I think that's what I'm looking most forward to.
Lori, that session is a lot of fun, and I heard you give away gift cards at the end of that session.
No.
So, inside baseball, as it were, if you're a first-time attendee, you don't want to miss that event because our board chair is up there like Oprah. Gift cards for everybody.
You get a gift card and you get a gift card.
And you don't have to pay taxes on the gift cards, right? So
Bonus.
bonus. I can't see the chat. Paula, do you see anything in the chat?
Yes, we have some people who are really excited to learn more about clinical trials, to meet Zoom buddies in 3D off screen. A lot of folks looking to learn more about their form of myositis. Luis is here looking to learn more about IBM, for example. Rebecca is newly diagnosed and a first-time attendee. So yeah, lots of excitement.
Great. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in person and hugging every person that will allow me to. So, if you're not a hugger, let me know. Otherwise, it's happening. Okay, how far are you traveling to attend MyoCon? Please let us know in the chat. I'm in Columbia, Maryland, but I'm actually from Texas, so I'm very excited to go to Dallas, but I'm sure there's some of you that are traveling farther.
This is maybe a little bit tricky because some of us have to go into Google Maps and run a search because geography is not our forte.
Right?
Thanks to Robert for sharing that Lorena, Texas is close to Waco. That's definitely closer than what I'll be traveling. I'm going 1,354 miles Lori, what about you? How far is it from your part of Florida to Dallas?
Well, considering it takes us about 7 hours to get out of Florida, I'd say I'm gonna give it a little while, but let me see. Google Maps tells me it is approximately 1,055 miles.
Okay. And we have Rich, the vice chair of our board on the line too, who's in Atlanta. And right now he's one of the lower distance travelers, 783 miles.
Well, we do have some international registrants that are coming, but I did not do the mileage on those. We're very excited about this conference specifically because you guys may be aware that TMA was founded in 1993, and it was 1995 when we convened our first conference gathering, and we are very proud and excited to share with you celebrating 30 years of putting this conference together for patients and their care partners. And with that, how many MyoCons have you been to? How many TMA conferences have you been to? If you could please put in the chat.
Well, we've definitely got a few first-time attendees on the line today, Rachel. And we also have some people like me who aren't obeying the poll responses. So my correct response would be B, 1 to 3 times, because I have been twice. And we've got several, a couple of C's here. Another one, second-year attendee, option B.
Any D's? With Bitsy on the line, I
Yeah,
thought maybe.
Linda at 10.
Oh,
Bitsy certainly is up there. Lori's up there.
great. All right, so now, just so you know, we have a lot of information to cover. We originally said it would be 30 minutes. We may go over that with as much information. If you need to drop off, feel free to. But since we are sending this to all 417, I think was the last time I checked the number registrants, we're going to go ahead and give it the full amount of time it deserves. I am so honored to introduce you to our development and operations consultant, Susie Helm, who will talk about the app.
I thank you, Rachel, and great to see everyone. The app will come to you on your phone through YAP, Y-A-P-P. So just so you know, that's what it will say. If you have your phone on you right now, why don't you go ahead and pull it out and you can follow along as we talk about it. And
We're
while
going to have a QR code in 1 second.
Okay, and while you pull your phones out, I'll let you know that we've had 315 downloads of the app and 10,495 views. So it is used, and it's used quite a bit during the conference and even after the conference. And I'll show you some ways that you can use it after the conference as well. So if you've already downloaded the app from last year, you do not need to reload it. It will already update. And so hopefully you'll install it. Here's the install, and you can point your camera right to the QR code. And if you don't want to do that or don't know how to do that, you can see the app link right there. You can just go there and download it either way, whichever is easiest for you. It does install fairly quickly and it's easy to do. And the most used, okay, so you don't have to log in or anything. It will come up each time. If there are updates, those updates will happen automatically. However, if you do want to post within the app on social media, which we'll show you in a minute here, and connect with others, you will need an account. You just start the post on the social feed and the app will prompt you throughout. I found it to be pretty user friendly, and I'm not a high-tech person, so I think most folks will be able to utilize it. Okay, now the schedule. The schedule is the most viewed item, as you can imagine. And so this is what the schedule will, I think
I'm sorry,
okay.
it's broken on these, but go ahead and talk about the schedule. I'm sorry.
We've had a request to show the QR code again. Rachel, can we
Yeah.
back up and see that again?
Yeah, we can take a few minutes for folks to
Okay,
get that going.
And I did
okay,
also put the link in the chat if it's easier to click on that or to maybe copy that and then text it to yourself, whatever works.
great. And
Since the images aren't loading for the schedule, I'll just leave this slide up while you talk about the schedule, okay?
okay, that's fine. Actually, could you go to that one page that you had on the schedule? So
About the sessions.
yes, at the bottom of the page, as you can see, Rachel, can you circle or show the schedule? Right there is the schedule. So you just click on there, and then when you click on there, you'll have all the days. It'll be by day, and then you can go to the particular session that you want to go to. So here's a session that we have. There's information about that session. And there are details on the program, the speaker and the speaker program. The room will be on there if you want to know what room it's in. And you can also add it to your own personal schedule and create your personal schedule. And additionally, there will be resources from each session on that session. So when you go into the schedule and look at all the information, scroll down to the bottom. They're of course not there yet, but if there are slides or other resources for each program, you'll be able to see that. And that'll also be available after conference too. So if you want to go back and reference it, it's available for you. Okay, so the next slide we can go to. We don't have any questions on that. Okay, social feed. This became popular as we went on and on in the conference. So it's the social feed is where you can post information or questions or anything that you want to do. You can post pictures on there as well, I believe. And so here we already have a post on there from Nancy talking about the IBM and the anniversary and the Women with IBM anniversary. And so that'll be great. Anyone can post. It doesn't have to be anybody in particular. So you can post information on there. And so that'll be a great way to connect with other people too and show how much fun you're having and what you're learning. So, okay. One thing on the schedule program, you don't have to go back, Rachel. I just want to let them know the evaluations will also be on there. Isn't that correct, Rachel?
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
right. The evaluations will be on there. Here you can see all of the information. You can see the sponsors, exhibitors, announcements, which I'll get to in a minute, resources that are available for you, things like the floor map will be on the resources and different things like that. Then there are research opportunities, and then the overall evaluation after the conference will be posted there, and you can do that. Now, to announcements throughout the session, throughout the entire MyoCon, there'll be things that you may want to know, or we want to make sure that you know, whether it's upcoming events or things like a room change or something is being canceled or something's being added. We can put these announcements on when something's getting ready to open up real big. So, it's just you'll need to make sure that you turn on your notifications if you want to have that notification and be notified of announcements throughout the conference. Otherwise, you'll just look at them on the app. So, like I said, the app is utilized a lot. It's even utilized a lot after the conference. And so we encourage you to make sure you get that downloaded and utilize it as much as you can and make it work for you throughout MyoCon.
And I wanted to let folks know, in the app, it's not highlighted like that. We're just doing that for the particular, our orientation, but you'll see it there as it is. It just won't be green. If you have a problem with downloading the app, once we get everybody in breakout rooms, I'll be in the main room, so you can just wait to go in your breakout room, or you can, at the end of the breakout room, come back to the main room and I can help you with that.
Great. And the
App.
image on the left is exactly what it will look like on your phone. So it will pull up, it'll be an icon and then pull it up, and that's exactly what it will look like on your phone. Thanks for showing that, Rachel.
Anything else, Susie?
I think that's
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, now we go to my colleague Linda Cobert, who will talk about registration, excursion, and exercise opportunities.
Hi, everyone. I am happy to talk to you about these things. So on Thursday, if you happen to get to Dallas early, we'll have an early registration in the event space from 5 to 7 p.m. This is the place where you can pick up your conference badge and a packet of information and check in with us. So the early registration is Thursday night, but if you don't get there by then, the registration desk and information hub will be open for throughout the conference. You can check in anytime, pick up your gear at any time. But this is also on Thursday night, this is a place where you might run into people that you know or have an early chance to get to know, meet some other people, and make some new friends. And let's see. We also wanted to let you know, you don't have to, some people ask, do you have to sign up for breakout sessions? And the answer is you do not. All you have to do is show up in the room where that session is being held and participate. Okay, next slide. We have offered 2 outside excursions taking place on Thursday afternoon. The first is CSI Pharmacy, where they have invited us to their regional facility in Dallas for a behind-the-scenes look at immune globulin therapy and how the sausage is made. Not how IG is made, but how the pharmacy works, how and to introduce you to some of the behind-the-scenes things that happen before you get your IG therapy. And next slide, please. The second excursion is to the AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. You'll get a tour of the whole space, including like Cowboys locker rooms and walk on the field, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So the buses for the excursions will leave for both excursions at 1 o'clock. They'll return to from the hotel. They'll return to the hotel between 4 and 5 o'clock. And at this point, there are a very few slots open for excursions. So if you'd like to participate in an excursion, you can sign up now, soon. If they fill up, we will have a waiting list, and we can put you on that if they're all filled up. So I'll put the link to that to registration in the chat in a minute. And go ahead and next slide. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the exercise opportunities. And exercise is always a very popular activity at MyoCon, just because it's one of the best things that everybody who has myositis, or everybody can and should do to be healthy. So this year we have a special room just for exercise. We have 10 different classes that you can join throughout the conference. This is an example of some of them, and many of you will recognize Helene Alexanderson, who is one of our medical advisors and is a very popular workshop leader and speaker. We have everything from chair yoga to singing for health, beginners to experienced, and even a hand exercise session for those who have IBM.
Quick correction, we don't have chair yoga, we have laughter yoga.
Laughter yoga, I'm sorry. Let's all laugh.
I know.
We'll warm up for the
Yes,
class in
exactly,
Dallas.
right.
I do think it's laughter yoga that could be done while seated, if that's more comfortable for you.
Yes, and also laughter yoga, you are exercising your diaphragm and also just kind of letting loose and relaxing. It does not require going into child's pose or anything like that. You're not doing traditional yoga as you expect. You are just having fun. I'm very excited about the laughter yoga, actually.
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead,
really a
Lisa.
lot of fun. So these sessions are all listed on the program, in the printed program that you'll get at registration, and also on the app. And again, you can just join whichever one you'd like. In addition to all of these exercise sessions, we have a morning walk on both Friday and Saturday mornings with one or both of our walking pals, Jim Milani or Myositis Joe. So you can meet them at 7 a.m. on Friday and Saturday morning in the lobby and have a refreshing, invigorating walk to start your day. And I think that's it. Next slide.
Yep, this is the singing for health, which is also exercising your diaphragm. And we've done this in the past and people have really enjoyed that one. All right, so now we're going to move on to TMA leader of TMA Northeast Texas Myositis Support Group, Melissa Rump. She's also been part of our MyoCon 2025 work group. So she has been so instrumental in helping us shape this event in Dallas, as she is local to Dallas. And Melissa, go ahead and talk about what you would like to share with this group.
Well, hello, everyone. I am so excited to see you all in Dallas in a few weeks. It is very exciting. I think this is the first time the conference has been in Texas, I believe. So this is a first for us here in the big state of Texas, right? Our huge state. So we are looking forward to everyone coming to visit. And on top of it, I have to say, this is the first time I'm going to get to use this app, and it looks really cool. So thank you for this app. I'm like already mesmerized here by the app. So I got to get on track here. But the conference this year is going to be at the Sheraton Dallas, downtown on Olive Street. You're going to be in the mix, folks, of everything. So you are going to be in walking distance to a lot of amazing places down there. The Arts District is really within walking distance. We got a great Terry Black's barbecue in the Pecan Lodge. If y'all like barbecue, Texas barbecue, you can't miss. Is going to be very close for you down here from the Sheraton. And there's also going to be, I think there is a slide that'll be coming up, but there's DoorDash that can get.
Yeah, those slides will come up. This
Oh, okay.
We just want to make sure people know that we have the Plan Your Trip page that just has a ton of info on it. So you can
Gotcha.
go to that at your leisure and find out even more than I could possibly put in this slide presentation.
Right. Yeah. We've got, actually, it's called Melissa's List, and it's kind of my ideas of some great local attractions, restaurants, things that you might be interested in if you're coming in ahead of the conference or you're planning on staying a little bit past the end of the conference. There's a ton of great opportunities. They are all accessible. So for all of us that may have, some issues with mobility, every single one that's listed is going to be accessible for you to go to. So please take a look at that list. There are some great places. There are going to be a few meals that are going to be on our own during the conference, but the TMA will be providing. Friday, there is going to be a welcome reception that the TMA is going to put on with appetizers and drinks. And then on Saturday, breakfast and lunch will be provided by the TMA. And dinner on Saturday night will be the Heroes dinner. And I think it's a plated dinner. That's what it was in the past. Is that what it's going to be, Rachel? A plated dinner for our Heroes? Ma'am. Absolutely. And then I'm so looking forward to this jazz brunch on Sunday. as we celebrate World Myositis Day. I'm looking forward to the jazz brunch. And the other great thing that TMA provides during this conference is throughout during the day in the sessions, there will be coffee and some refreshments out in the break areas that everyone can utilize throughout the day if you need a little pick-me-up or refreshment as we go through our days. So the Sheraton Dallas has a few options within at the actual hotel that you can utilize for food. The market grab and go, I've actually been to that because I've been to this Sheraton before, and it has some great little options that you can grab a bagel, a sandwich, and take it with you. So if you just need something to tide you over, it's great. And then there, of course, is there's an American restaurant there, and then there's a bar and lounge, and that's actually going to be, I think, a great place for maybe people to meet up and, you know, commensurate with all of the folks that we've met in the past and all of our new friends that we're going to meet this year. So I'm very excited. This is the slide I was telling you about for the food delivery. So at the Sheraton, your DoorDash, Grubhub, all of those, Uber Eats delivers there. I went on and verified a lot of them because they're pretty close, and the Sheraton being centralized down in downtown Dallas, a lot of them have free delivery if you order a certain amount of food as well. So take a look at this list, and if you go on the like DoorDash app, there's obviously a ton of other places. Fast food, I think, all delivers and stuff, but I had just kind of put in some of the highlights of the ones that you maybe won't want to miss while you're here. And does anyone have any questions?
Hey, Melissa.
Yeah.
What kind of foods or frozen drinks might Dallas be especially well known for that we can look forward to while we're there?
Well, Paula, you know the frozen margarita was invented here in Dallas. So
that is the most fun fact. Thank you.
Everyone needs to have the frozen margarita, right? That's our classic drink here in Dallas with our Tex-Mex. So absolutely, don't miss your frozen margarita for sure.
If you have any questions, we have a page on the conference homepage for frequently asked questions. You can visit the slide deck here and click here to find out more. Someone else on the team might put that in the chat. So, Melissa, what's your like maybe final tip for everyone?
You know, my final tip for this conference, and I have to say this is going to be my 4th conference. I'm so excited to attend. But I have to say one of my favorite things of attending MyoCon and the conferences is the camaraderie and the folks that we have met in the past that maybe I haven't seen in 3 conferences. And for the folks that we're going to meet new. I'm very excited that I am going to be part of the buddy system. I'm sure you guys will probably go over that, but I'm going to be part of the buddy system this year. And I can't wait to meet some of the new folks that are going to attend that I'm going to get to meet and hopefully continue on with a lifelong relationship with.
Thank you so much, Melissa, not just for presenting today, but all the research and behind the scenes work you did to provide so much information to our conference attendees. We really appreciate you. All right, so now I'm going to give it over to Paula to talk about how we plan to celebrate our heroes in different ways at the conference. And when I say hero, it's you guys, right? The people that are living with this challenging disease and still just bringing the magic to the conference. The conference is just so wonderful for me. There's a palpable joy I talk about all the time, and really that's thanks to you guys. Go ahead, Paula.
Thanks, Rachel, and thanks again to Melissa, as Rachel said, for all of your local expertise and enthusiasm, also for TMA's Northeast Texas support group. Really appreciate that. And thanks to Melissa and the other volunteers on TMA's conference work group, which runs year-round to help us plan this conference. to celebrate the resilience and strength of this community. As Rachel said, y'all are our heroes, and we want to celebrate you online and in Dallas. So, did you know that TMA offers gifts, which are really fun, animated? Think about them like animated clip art. We launched gifts last year, and we have had more than 1 million impressions on our gifts. So think about the impact of that for myositis awareness. If you're going to post something on Facebook or Instagram, you can type myositis or MyoCon into the search bar when you're posting, and some of the gifts will come up, or you can use the link that's shown on the slides here, which we'll also share in the chat. And then you can access the MyoCon gifts directly. There's a really fun one that says, I'm going to MyoCon. There's another one with some confetti throwing around for our 30th conference anniversary, as Rachel said. We just hope to see you online, on the app, and in person. So if you post on social media, you can also use the hashtag shown MyoCon2025. All right, Rachel, next
Hey,
slide.
Paula, real
Yes,
quick, what
sure.
is an impression? You said we have 1 million of them.
Yes, that means 1 million social media users have seen the TMA myositis awareness gifts.
That gives me chills. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. That's amazing.
And we do have some really fun ones for myositis awareness beyond the conference. There's a couple of different folders in our collection now. So we've got an IBM I've Been Motivated GIF and a first pitch GIF and a lot of other ones. Okay, so dropping the link in the chat, and the next slide here is some more information on Heroes in the Fight, which is Saturday night. A separate ticket is required for that celebration. It's $75, a donation, and as Melissa said, a really nice meal and a gala. We're going to present 4 awards. You can see our recipients here. I already mentioned Tri-Born receiving TMA's Patient Ambassador Award, our special award for myositis awareness efforts, and Tri lives with dermatomyositis. We also have Heroes in Research and Healthcare Awards that are being presented to dermatologist Dr. Victoria Worth from the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center and to Mayo Clinic to the Rheumatology and Neurology divisions. And then finally, our Marianne Moyer Myositis Leader Award, which we launched last time with the presentation to Donna DeFant and Linda Sabatino. This year, Nancy Harbour and Rhonda Rogers are also being recognized with that award. So it's going to be a really special evening, and we hope that you'll join us. It's as fancy as you want to make it. So we've got, maybe some cocktail, maybe a little bit of sparkle. I actually own a t-shirt that says my favorite color is glitter. So probably I'll be wearing something a little shiny, but wear whatever you want, and we'll see you there for the big party. Also happening, if you want to go to the next slide, Rachel, thank you, is a couple of really special events commemorating milestone anniversaries among TMA's support and affinity group network. So TMA's Women with IBM affinity group is marking 5 years this year. That group is very capably and expertly led by Nancy Marks Erickson, along with Laura Richardson and Sharon McCall. And that dynamic trio is hosting a celebration Friday evening that you won't want to miss if you are a woman affected by IBM. So hope to see you all there. We will also be recognizing women with IBM, and on the next slide, you'll see TMA Southern California during the opening general session. So we have special presentations to support and affinity groups as they mark 5, 10, 15, and so on. And incredibly, TMA SoCal is celebrating 30 years this year, side by side with the conference. So we look forward to celebrating that group, and again, to celebrating all of you. So Sunday, September 21st is World Myositis Day, and this is really history making. This doesn't happen very often, that we are able to overlay part of TMA's Global Myositis Patient Conference with World Myositis Day. So the fact that we all get to be there when it happens, when the stars align in Texas or above Texas. I think there's actually some kind of famous Texas saying about stars in the sky. Melissa probably can put it in the chat, but that is happening on September 21st, and we'll be commemorating World Myositis Day with a really special jazz brunch and closing general session where Dr. Julius Birnbaum will share with us his perspective, and he's published a new book this spring called Living Well with Autoimmune Diseases, a Rheumatologist's Guide. And so Dr. Birnbaum is the only U.S. physician that is triple certified in rheumatology, neurology, and internal medicine. And he's coming to spend World Myositis Day with us in Dallas, and we are live streaming it around the world so that everyone can hear his presentation. But those of you who will be in Dallas really get the full effect because Dr. Birnbaum will do a book signing following his keynote. So everybody who would like can take a copy of his new guide to living with autoimmune diseases, which includes a chapter on myositis, chapter 10, if you're wondering, it's the best chapter in there. And we will also have special World Myositis Day t-shirts, thanks to the support from our sponsors. So we're really excited about World Myositis Day, and the jazz part of Jazz Brunch will be shared by multi-Billboard #1 artist Randy Scott, a smooth jazz saxophonist based out of the Detroit area who has ties to the myositis community as he had a family member who lived with IBM for many years. So we're really excited about all of that. I think it's going to be unbelievably fun and meaningful as we learn together and celebrate the resilience of this community. Back to you, Rachel.
Thank you so much. And I just realized that maybe next year we'll put the "what are you looking forward to" at the end after we tell everybody, because
well, it will be
I'm
even
changing.
harder to decide after we hype everything up, Rachel,
I
but that is
know,
a good
I
idea.
know. All right. Well, I want to talk to you guys about one of the best things we hear from this conference is just, besides first time meeting someone else who is living the same journey as you, has the same diagnosis that is so emotionally impactful for people. But from there, you can make lifelong friends and connections. And so let's talk about that. TMA will provide a few business cards for you. We call them business cards, but it is your name and contact info. So like if you meet someone you're really excited about, you don't have to, but you're in between sessions, you can just hand them the card. They come perforated. We separate them for you and we put them in with when you get your badge. Speaking of badges, when you walk around, you may have noticed when you registered that there was an option to type in the information you want on your badge. And so if other people did that or shared their diagnosis or where they live, you may be able to find people near you that way. Don't miss getting acquainted on Friday morning. For the first time, we have a somewhat different lineup. We're doing getting acquainted by diagnosis virtually today, and we will do the same thing on October 3rd. However, at the conference, we have veterans getting acquainted. We have a care partners getting acquainted. We have under 40 getting acquainted. And then we will have diagnosis getting acquainted rooms, one for IBM and one for non-IBM. So that is a great way to start out the conference, getting to know other people. Attend social events. We've got the welcome reception. We've got Boots and Bling bingo that you can dress up Texas style if you want and come play bingo with us on Friday night as a social get together. And we're going to do a lunch by region. We have here a little tip: mind your social battery, because there are just so many opportunities. You can partake in as many as you want. And remember that things are going to be recorded. So I'll say this again later. You are free to go back to your room and take a nap whenever you need to. My understanding is we also have a quiet room. Paula, did you want to speak on that?
It's just a very simple room where we ask for no or muted conversations. So you can sit down to collect your thoughts after a session or make some more notes or, catch up on email, whatever you need, just a nice quiet space.
Yes. All right. Thank you. So I've already mentioned Friday morning getting acquainted. Saturday lunch by region. What you do when you come to where the meals are provided, you will see huge posters on easels that have basically the seating chart. It'll say, if you're from Texas, we're going to have a lot of tables for Texas, right? And it's color coded. So you can see the color and then you look across the room and you see these balloons and you'll know, oh, Texas is red or whatever. I haven't assigned it yet. But then you'll see that color of balloons and you can make your way to that table and area and get to know people who live near you. We do have volunteer roles available. If you're interested, you can fill out the volunteer sign up that's in the link, and you'll get more information on how you can help if you are able and want to. One of the ways Melissa mentioned volunteering is through our Conference Buddies program, and this is our second year doing that, and we are very excited about that. The deadline has been extended through this Friday, so please sign up at your earliest convenience, and matches continue to go out. Yep, here's the little, you can click on that, the August 29th. And then I wanted to let everyone know that if you do sign up to volunteer, we have a volunteer training that is virtual Friday, September 12th at 12 p.m. This is clickable. This registration button also goes to it. Tonight, we are so excited. We hope many of you are able to come back for our next MyoCon virtual session, Media Pitching 101, the who, what, where, when, why of landing TV, radio, and print interviews. You may not be ready right now or wanting to, hey, I'm going to call up the local news station to get them to talk about my story and myositis, but there may come a day where that type of advocacy is something that will bring further fulfillment to you, and you can get the skills for that tonight. So we hope you come back. And then my final tips, bring a light blanket because hotels are notoriously chilly. Remember, and I just say this because I lead the support and affinity groups, and I do get some feedback that people are just emotionally a little intimidated or hesitant to come to conferences, or it affects them in conferences when they see other people who are in power wheelchairs. I will tell you that I once asked at an orientation to a gentleman who was in a wheelchair, I said, you know, is there, just as there's life after diagnosis, is there life after wheelchair? And he immediately threw his arms up and said, I dance in this thing all the time. So I just want you to know that if you see other people in wheelchairs, there is variability, and it does not guarantee that that is exactly your future. I said this before, take naps as needed. Recordings package means no FOMO. FOMO, if you don't know, means fear of missing out. We have so many wonderful sessions, a lot of brand new content along with the basics that newly diagnosed people need. But because the recording package is complimentary, you will get that, and you can just choose which ones you want to see in person. And if you need to go upstairs and take a break, you are free to do that. If you need help for anything else that I haven't mentioned, please go to Hotel Reception Desk or TMA Registration and Information Desk. In case of an emergency, call 911 first and then notify TMA. This has not happened, but just in case, we like to let you know that. And most of all, just soak in the joy and love of your myositis family. So, does anyone have any questions? Can someone see if there's any questions in the Q&A box? Let me see. No, we are good. We have sent a lot of links out. If you do have questions, you can always follow up emailing myocon@myositis.org. Okay. All right, here is myocon@myositis.org, and then this is my email if you need to reach out. That is the end of our official conference orientation, and we will now move into breakout rooms. I have a few
Okay,
slides.
and Rachel, let's just extend the pause slightly for other questions. We've been answering a lot of questions in the chat. So if you're not looking at the chat right now, you might want to click on that and scroll through, just generally all of us on the line, to see what's being asked and answered by others. And does anybody have a question that they would like to ask that they didn't already put in the chat? Just think what a gift it is when you ask a question and then we can turn it into a frequently asked question and put it on our website, because if you're wondering it, someone else probably is too.
I did get a question about our cook along. I did not include a slide for every single virtual offering that we are doing, but that is one that we're very excited about on September 5th. We have a Stronger with Support, the role of protein, that is being done by someone in our community whose parent had myositis, and they are a registered dietitian, Julie Sanfilippo, so you can join that on Friday. If someone could please put the link to the virtual sessions in the chat. But the cook along with White House Chef Tom, he is a former executive chef for Vice Presidents Cheney, Biden, and Pence. And before he retired from the Navy, that was his particular job. And he is going to do a cook along, and you can download the recipes if you want to shop ahead of time and cook with us, or you can just watch. TMA Board of Directors Chip Galloway is going to be on talking about adapted tools for the kitchen. So he's doing a little bit of show and tell before we get into the cooking, but that's going to be a really awesome presentation that I'm looking forward to.
And Rachel, one thing that we might want to mention, because I did see we have several individuals navigating IBM on today's orientation, we have a special research opportunity for those living with IBM on Friday, September 19th from 8 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Dallas time. The University of California Irvine team will be collecting blood samples and FRS measurements and related measurements from those living with IBM to support a new study that they're opening at UCI, which hopefully will lead to a new trial. And we'd really love to encourage all of you who live with IBM who will be at the conference on Friday to stop by. There's information on that in the app. If you click on more, there's a section for research opportunities, and you can read a lot of detail about the research team and what the project consists of.